in Paris. Welcome to the floor of my Airbnb. So exciting, and we found a beautiful place to stay in. But Grace and I got in yesterday. We took the Eurostar, got in at like noon, and have been hanging out since. I didn't realize how nice it is to have a train that goes 2 hours to Paris. We've never been to Paris before together and never traveled to Paris from London, and I think it's just mind-blowing to me whenever I take, first of all, train transport, since that's not super common in the US, and also being from the US, which is such a geographically big country, realizing that from London to Paris is 2 hours just makes it so exciting and accessible, and now I want to come all the time. But anyway, this time we're here because I got invited to do a Material Grrrlz workshop at this beautiful bar called Abricot. Someone named Hannah came to a Material Grrrlz workshop in London when she was visiting, and she's another American living abroad, so she lives in Paris, and she was saying she's been running this craft night called Idle Hands at Abricot, and that she's interested in collaborating, and would you like to come to Paris and kind of bring our communities together for a fun little crafty night? And I said, absolutely, I would love to. And it's turned into a great excuse for a little long weekend in Paris as well with Grace. Like I said, we've never been here together, so it's been very just romantic and fun, and had a good time going around. So the workshop is tomorrow. It's going to be a Tuesday night. So instead of being a classic Material Grrrlz workshop, it's going to be more like the launch party wine bar event that we did in London in February. So everyone that comes is going to get a copy of the magazine and some stickers and fun goodies in there. Everyone will bring a project, and your first drink is included in the ticket. So it's just going to be a good night. I'm so excited for it. So that is tomorrow, but yesterday we walked around to all the touristy stuff. So we started at Notre Dame and went down the Seine, past the Louvre, and over to the Eiffel Tower, and sat there and had a bottle of Prosecco, and it's just dreamy. I get why everyone loves Paris. I'd only been here once before for 48 hours, so I don't know much about it, but it has been lovely so far, and we had amazing pizza for dinner. I'm a big fan. It's gone great. Today we're going to CROCHET. We're gonna hike up there as well, so it's quite a bit of a walk, but I think it'll be fun to see the city from above, and we try to do a lot of walking when we're traveling, because I just think it's a great way to get to know the city versus being underground. You don't quite understand where you're going, and it's a fun way to stop by and just see what you come across as well. I have a handmade fit on today. I'm wearing my little sewn gingham shorts that I made a few weeks ago, and I am working on a tutorial for these, but they are very fun functional. I've already worn them a bunch, and it's not even super summery and hot outside yet. I am wishing that I had put pockets into them, because they're pretty simple to put in, but the day that I was making them I just couldn't be bothered, and I thought it would take too long, so I didn't, and I don't really want to open them back up right now. But anyway, this is just a top from Uniqlo and a necklace and some little socks and loafers, so I can stay tactical and practical and ready to walk around the city. Was of course lovely yesterday, but what felt like an extra special find was that there are a bunch of fabric stores at the base of it, and I had heard this before going, so we kind of had a plan to go check them out. And it was kind of I talked about going to Goldhawk Road in London, where it's just fabric stores along this whole street, and there are multiple streets of that at the base of this big basilica, which is so cool. A lot of things calling to me. What I did end up getting was this piece of white checked, I don't know if I call that gingham, but it's white and pink checked, and a lot of the stores down there are called coupon stores, and so they only sell pre-cut fabrics, so it's kind of the remnants instead of getting to choose what you want off the bolts. So this is 1.5 meters, and it was tagged as 15 euros, but the guy gave it to me for 7.50. Unsure why. It was outside in a bin, so maybe it was on a discount that I didn't realize or something, but pretty good deal for all that. I think this is going to be what I use for a sample of the next Material Grrrlz pattern, which is going to be kind of a crossbody type thing. I don't know how to explain it, or if it'll look as cute as I have it in my head, but I think this will be a great fabric for that. So that was a fun find. It's the next day, which means it's workshop day, and I think we're going to do some shopping before that. So there's this charm necklace shop. I think it's a beaded shop, but I've seen the girls on TikTok go and make charm necklaces, which I've wanted to make one for a while, because I know there's some stores in think in New York and the Netherlands that have those, and I haven't seen one in London, but I found that there's one in Paris, so I'm gonna make like a cute little charm necklace, which I think will be a great souvenir as well for the trip. And yeah, just pop around to some shops. I think there's a yarn shop over there, so might have some finds from that as well. Today I'm wearing this little Ghani number, which I found on Vinted for like 40 quid. I'm changing into another cheetah dress for the workshop tonight, so that's what's hanging under here, and then Grace's shirt is over it that she's wearing so they don't get wrinkly. Let me show you around our Airbnb. Got this Airbnb in the 11th, and honestly the reason that we chose it was because we knew we were coming to do this workshop at a bar, and that's in the 10th, so we kind of just like started looking there instead of, you know, having the whole city to look at. It helped us kind of narrow down. This has a kitchen and everything, so big fan. Yeah, it's in the 11th and has these beautiful windows. So cute. So it's on the top floor of this building. It's very well decorated. We think it's like a bachelor pad because there are kind of like random things, like it, you know, has some cool art, but then also doesn't have forks. So I don't know who is living here and what they're up to, but there's this like changing space underneath the lofted bed, and then of course the beautiful windows, and I'll show you the view out of the best one in the living room. So little living room here. I don't know what's up with all the boob art, but I guess it's kind of cool choices. And then out here, check this out. We've been keeping the windows open. I mean, you have to, it's Paris. So pretty. And these are the windows for the flat as well. It like curves around, so Grace and I can like see each other at the windows. Very cute. Material Grrrlz Club Paris in like an hour, but lots to show. So earlier today I went fabric shopping in Le Marais at this shop called Le Louiseau, and it was very nice. Let me show you what I got. So 3 colors of Filcolana Arwetta. I think these all look super cute together, and I was happy to see these in person because I often have to order stuff like this online from the UK because I just haven't been able to find it. If you have a Filcolana setup dealer in London, please let me know, but I usually get it online, and it was fun to like see it in the shop in person. So I got this, and then I got the same colors but in Filcolana's Tilla, kind of like mohairy. Is it actually mohair? Yeah, 70% mohair, 30% silk. So I think these will be really cute to hold double, to do a little fuzzy action. So I mean, look how gorgeous that is. That just like really jumped out to me on the shelves. And this one as well. So a great yarn haul, and it's kind of helping me get ahead on the next issue of Material Grrrlz as well, because I'm going to start that when I get back to London, and I've already got all my fun little materials. Material Grrrlz Club tonight. So I am bringing a lot of fun things that I have brought through the channel. Big stack of magazines, so everyone that comes is going to get a copy of the latest issue of Material Grrrlz. You've probably seen this already before. I feel like I flip through it in every video lately. But I'm bringing all of these. When people get to their seats, there's going to be a few things inside of their magazine as well. So I have them stacked up in here, and when I get there, I'm going to insert it all. But the first thing is a Material Grrrlz temporary tattoo, which I'm so glad I figured out how to make these. I don't know if people want to do them tonight or if it'll just be kind of like a fun girly thing to bring home, but I think those are so cute. So I'm definitely going to be getting one on tonight. And then everyone will get a Material Grrrlz logo sticker as well. So sunny in here that it's hard to show, but it's great. I'm loving soaking up the sun because it's been just so gloomy in London. And then I've also been giving out these one sheets that kind of explain everything that we do at Material Grrrlz, and I got, I mean, hundreds of these printed and then started a book club, which is not on here, which is too bad, but hopefully I can meet hundreds of people, give these out, and then order new ones that include the book club. But it has little QR codes to everything that we do because you just gotta have it all in one place so people know how to get connected. And so I'm also bringing my own project to work on. I actually just started this now. I feel like a lot of times Material Grrrlz clubs have like prep for them. This is something I've joked with people about like at the clubs, is you kind of need to like start a project or be at a certain part in your project before you come so that you're at a point where you can be chatting with people while also working. So I just started one row of cluster stitch, and now I'm kind of set up to keep going. I'm gonna make this cluster stitch scarf. I mean, probably won't get much of it done tonight, but I thought these yarns were so cute together, and I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this light pink one is also sparkly, so I think that'll be very cute. I just have a little pack of tools, just because I feel like if I pack a separate pack with just the things I need, then I forget things from it that I actually need. And it's also nice to have some extra crochet hooks and needles and stuff in case some people forget one or need a different size or something. And I'm also bringing a ton of ribbon. I don't know why, it just seems like something a Material Grrrlz should be prepared for, right? I don't think we're gonna tie bows on the glasses this time because the last time we did that, it was at like a wine bar, which is pretty easy, like the cups to tie stuff on, and I don't think that's gonna be the case here, but maybe I just leave some bows on the tables. I just want to be prepared for decor of all situations. So that's my little workshop leader pack. I'm very excited about it. I've been going between like being super excited, super nervous, because obviously this is a super cool, exciting opportunity, but I've also like never done one in Paris before and don't really know anyone who's gonna show up, but I'm sure we'll get along if your idea of a good night is hanging out in a bar and knitting. So it's a really proud moment because we sold just as many tickets at the Paris launch party as we did at the London launch party, which I didn't really know how many people would want to come to an event like this in Paris. And so yeah, I'm just really proud to like be coming to a country I haven't done work in before and to see that people are excited about what's going on. So I'm excited to meet everybody. I'm wearing a different cheetah dress than I was this morning. This is also Ghani, also got it on Vinted. That's my hack. I never pay full price for Ghani stuff anymore because it's such good quality that I feel like when you get it secondhand on something like Vinted, it just is still in such good condition. So my little dress, my little green loafers. When I saw it online, it looked like it was a lot more like boxy A-line, and I still got it because it was cheetah print, right? But then when I saw that it has a lot more structure to it, super cute. So it's taking its first night out tonight. Material Grrrlz Club last night was amazing. I honestly don't even really have that many thoughts to share right now because I'm still just so like excited about it all. It went way better than I could have ever imagined. I mean, I knew that it was going to be a good vibe, but the Paris Material Grrrlz really brought a good vibe. It was so amazing, and it was just like, it was just a very proud moment to be able to put that on and to see so many people come together and build a really strong community, and just to see that like extend to another country is so special. And yeah, I mean that's all I really have like the articulation to say right now, so I'm sure I'll have some more thoughts when I get back to London, but I just wanted to do a little recap of like how the night went and what we ended up doing. So Grace and I went to the bar and met Hannah, who runs Idle Hands, and we set up magazines and stickers and tattoos at everyone's spots and little water canisters and napkins so that you could do the temporary tattoos. People started coming, and we put a ribbon on everyone's wrist that they could trade in for their drink at the bar because each ticket included their first drink. So I'm glad I brought my ribbons. I knew they would come in handy, and I was prepared. We used those, which was also like a cute kind of way to, yeah, to show who is like a part of the club, and add a little Material Grrrlz pink bow to the spread. Then everyone was just kind of hanging out, working on their projects, and this is how mine looks at the end of the night. I got quite a bit done actually, and my tension is looking very well. Like this is without blocking, and it's sitting very straight, so good for me. Everyone had such cool stuff. There was like a great diversity of different fiber artists. There was like knitting and crochet and patchwork and beading and cross stitch. Like everyone was doing something different. It was so inspiring and cool, and so many good colors and yarn recommendations and pattern recommendations. I mean, just great vibes when it came to the projects. We had like about an hour left in the event, and the manager of the bar pulled Grace aside and said, "We made custom shots for you guys, and we want to give them out complimentary to everyone," which I had no idea they were going to do that, but it was such a nice touch for the night because not only was it like a fun thing we all got to do together, but they had made it custom for Material Grrrlz, so it was like a pink shot, and I don't know what was in it, but it tasted very like fresh and fruity and nice, and so we passed those all out in these cute little shot glasses, and everyone got to toast Material Grrrlz and take a shot together, and that was so sweet of Abricot to put that together. I think it added like such a fun touch to the night. Wanted to show this zine that LVO brought, so we've been been connected like through the Geneva Chat on Instagram for a while, and chatting lots about the politics of fiber art as Material Grrrlz do. And so they made this amazing zine, and there are some Material Girl memes inside of it. It's so cute, and I did not expect her to bring this, so that was a very sweet surprise as well. Look at that. This makes me want to make more like zines in this style again too, because Material Grrrlz is obviously built on like InDesign and has different graphics and stuff, but I love like cut and paste classic zine stuff. I think this is aesthetically just so cool. So thank you, Elvira, for this. I love it so much. I just geeked at how well the club went. I don't know what we're putting out that like attracts such awesome people, but I don't know why I was ever nervous about being able to like make conversation. It's a bunch of people who want to like chat about fiber art and just attract such like kind people. Everyone who comes to Material Grrrlz Club is so nice and like wants to connect with other people, and also so cool and funny. Like everyone's so interesting. I just love meeting people at these events. So thanks for bringing the good vibes. I'm like still on a high from it, and I'm sure I'll have like better formed thoughts later, but for now it is our last day in Paris, so we're about to check out of our Airbnb, go get probably a croissant somewhere, and hang out until our train. We have like a late train back, which is nice that it's such a quick trip to London, and with the time difference we have like gain time and it only takes an hour, so we're going back on a late train and then we'll be back in London. But I'll be so sad to leave Paris. London, and I thought I'd do a little debrief while I make my charm necklace, because I didn't get the time to do it in London, but I put one charm on. It's going well so far, so I'm gonna keep working with my jump rings while we chat a bit. Ignore the like holes in the wall and like weird paint that's happening. Basically, we got our landlord to do some construction in the flat, which is good news, but it's a long story and took months to get to happen. And basically the agreement is that now it's our job to like make it look better, and we have to spend on a trip, so haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do a whole other video on our London flat and like what we're doing to it as renters and stuff like that. So if there's anything about that like in the rental flat world, London flat world, that you'd be interested in hearing, let me know, because it's very different than what I usually post, but it has been something we're working quite a bit on right now. And yeah, I love making my home beautiful, so thought I'd share a bit about it. So that's gonna be a separate thing, just ignore the like paint marks, we're handling it. Working on this charm necklace, so like I said earlier, we went to La Perlerie 22, which is in Le Marais in Paris, and you get to choose out jewelry making stuff. So I chose this chain and then 7 different charms to put on it, and then I got some small jump rings and some a bit larger ones that I'm going to use to attach the charms to this chain link here. We got to talk about the knit club again, because I honestly came back like quite emotional about it. I didn't really expect it to like hit me hard. I was actually, I think like I said, a bit nervous to go to another country and lead a knit club, because I've gotten quite comfortable with the ones in London. A lot of times like 50% of the people that come have been before, and they know me and they know each other, and that's great. Like it feels like a real community. But then a few days before the Paris one, I kind of had a moment where I was like, wait, like I have no idea who any of the people coming are. Like they won't know each other either. Am I gonna be able to pull off like a good vibe with a bunch of strangers? It made me really just like proud and emotional that like, yeah, it was way better than I could have ever expected. And I never should have doubted it, because like anyone who is, you know, interested in something like Material Grrrlz, which is queer and political and about fiber art and like so niche, like I should have known they were gonna bring the exact right vibe and, you know, be people that I would love to hang out with. But you know, it gets nerve-wracking. And I think because it was in a different place than I usually do these, like I said, I'm quite like comfortable with the London events, and I've done, you know, nearly a dozen of them now. I don't think in between each one I often take time to like step back and be like, oh, this is something that didn't exist a few years ago and only existed since moving to another country, and to really like reflect on that and have a moment of like pride and a happiness about it. And I feel like that really happened after Paris. Like Grace and I went back to our Airbnb together, and it was just kind of like damn, like that was so cool. Like we're on the other side of the world from where we grew up, and connecting people through something that we're so interested about. I think why I feel especially proud of it is because of the community aspect of everything. There aren't a lot of places where you go now to like build community. So much as I sound like a boomer, like so much is online now and we don't meet people like we used to, blah blah blah, but it's true. It's rare that you go to events and just like meet people, and that's something I really struggled with coming to London, because it seems like, especially in London, everyone's friends with people that they went to school with 10 years ago. When people go out, they go to pubs with people they already know, and no one's really like, you know, approaching each other and talking to each other and making new friends. And that's why I've been so like loving getting into doing creative workshops, because I feel like those are actually spaces where not only are you attracting, you know, intentional people who want to learn something and invest in a skill and be creative together, it's a space where people come to chat and actually talk to each other and actually meet new people. Sometimes people ask, you know, do I need to like bring someone to Material Grrrlz clubs with me? And the answer is no, like most people come on their own. And I'm really proud to have done that and to see that community continue to be built in another country, Paris as well, because it's community that I really needed. And I'm just really proud seeing that it can be like meaningful for other people as well. As someone was leaving the event, they told me, you curate such a beautiful community. And that is like one of the sweetest compliments I've ever gotten. So feeling very proud of the community. It was really cool to see, yeah, people connecting in a whole new way. I can't wait to go back to Paris. You guys really brought a great vibe. I also was having a bit of like a geeking out moment about like, I'm a working artist. Like I'm an artist and I just did an event in Paris. I was just getting kind of emotional thinking about little Alexa, because 5 years ago I was barely even calling myself an artist. If you could tell 19-year-old Alexa, in 5 years, you're going to be invited to Paris to put on an art event, I probably would have combusted. Like, I don't know, I was just feeling very proud. And like, I wish I could tell little me that to see her face, you know? On top of all of that, I was feeling so proud to get to do this with my partner. Grace is just the absolute best. And I've known her since I declared an art major and decided to call myself an artist. And she's always seen the vision. She's always seen that in me and pushed me to be the best. She wrote my first artist statement and it still rings so true. Like I just feel so honored to have someone who sees exactly what I'm trying to do and who helps me and pushes me to realize that vision. And we moved across the world together, and now we've gone to Paris to put on events together, and she's always been so involved and supportive of Material Grrrlz and has especially started working quite a lot on it since she finished her master's program as well. So it really feels like a team vision coming together. So anyway, that's a real rambly way of saying that I'm just feeling very thankful, very proud, and that I had an amazing freaking time. So Paris, I will go back whenever you will have me. I'm back in London now. What's to come for Material Grrrlz? Like a lot, actually. I've been getting plans solidified for the summer for a while, and it looks like there's going to be a workshop nearly every week, and that'll be with different organizations. We have some collaborations coming up with other organizations. It'll be in different venues across the city, different price points, different concepts and activities. I'm really excited to roll it out. But my necklace is done. Check her out. So cute. I am so excited to wear this all the time. So I think that's as long as I can chat about that. But thank you so much for watching, going along in this little journey. It has been so fun, an experience I will always remember. I mean, how freaking cool that I got to go to Paris to lead fiber art meetups. Like, I'm living my dream. So like this video, give it a like, a subscribe, and come on back in the next vlog. I'll be leading new workshops in London, an upcycling workshop, a Material Grrrlz club, talking about what's to come, sharing another book recommendation, starting Knitlit probably, which is the Material Grrrlz book club. So lots more fun to come. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.